Hello, my dear Virgos. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between November the 1st to November 15, 2016, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So, November 4 to 5, we will be able to see Taurid's meteor shower that will radiate from the constellation of Taurus. So, if you're having a clear sky those nights, you can go out and watch the so-called falling stars. November 14, we will have the full moon, the second supermoon for 2016 out of 3 supermoons. We had the first one, October 16 was yesterday. I record this the day after. So those supermoons may look slightly larger and brighter than usual. So I call the divine with love and light. I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and I call the 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to get a clear view reading for my dear Virgo viewers. So, I want my dear Virgos to have love in their lives and to find themselves in creative success. And also I want you to develop spiritually and to find your highest path towards your highest destiny. So, what's in store for Virgo? The first part of November 2016. So, let's see. Okay, so this is your future. This is your now. I don't like when it do that. This is your now, okay, and this is the past. So the now is probably the time between the first part of November 2016. But whenever you watch this, is probably the right time to see it. So the first card for you, Virgo, is Ace of Wands. So Ace of Wands is like a new beginning, a new dawn. We have had the solar eclipses and the lunar eclipses that kind of fenced the solar eclipse in. We had one lunar eclipse and then a solar eclipse and then a lunar eclipse here in early fall, late summer. And this is kind of a new year, you can say. Energetically, it's a new year. And here we have the Ace of Wands, a symbol for a new year, a new start. It can sometimes be like a spiritual epiphany, or like get a lot of energy into your life. You see that the sun is rising here over a kind of a city or castle, and you have the butterfly also that shows the metamorphosis that you have been going through. So those Ace of Wands, they are not easy. It's like trial by fire that have led you to this point. So it hasn't been easy, but it's promising like kind of a more easy future, but we'll see. Okay, and the next card is 8 of Wands. So it's kind of you're holding a fire hose of energy. So you need to know where to put it, where to put your power of attraction. What do you want to increase? Because it's like you have got more responsibility for your own actions and for your own capability of creating things. So it will be harder for spirits to like lessen your creative power if you're aiming it in the wrong direction. So try to have a clear mind and not think so much of unnecessary things, because thinking is creative. It's creating your future. I used to tell you that what Rumi says is your thoughts become the house you live in. So beware of your thoughts. Try to as much as possible stay in your body, because then your head will rest and you won't think so much. And that's a better thing for you, because when you want to dream about something, when you want to dream about that special someone or that job you want or that work you want, or then you have the power, you can use it to aim to this direction. But also Ace of Wands together with Eight of Wands is very powerful. Ace of Wands almost have the same energy as the Sun. The Sun is a higher energy card in the tarot. But the Eight of Wands is kind of the Sun's rays as well. And this is how they are aimed, like, you know, in a magnifying glass. And you see that all those wands is going in one direction. So you're really powerful with creating what you want to have and also what you don't want to have. It depends on what you focused mostly on. And the next card is actually Six of Wands. So it's kind of increasing a little bit, but Six of Wands is like you're starting to feel that you are like okay, like you are. It's like you are feeling more proud of yourself, more in ease with yourself, more in your own authority, more aligned with yourself. So it's really beautiful, actually. And you're really powerful now in your own life. It's really like you have your own inner authority and you're following your own inner bliss. You're doing what your inside is telling you. And so it should lessen like anxiety and anxiety and other things that you have been may have been troubled with. This feeling of being like totally okay, and it's also like you're a bit victorious, like kind of you might have had people like coming after you, wanting to have a relationship with you, and you might have been, yeah, no, I don't know. So you're like kind of on the top right now with a lot of focus on you, and it looks like a sweet ride. It's in the past, but it will be different for it can be different for different people in what timeline you're in. And here you have Ten of Cups. So Ten of Cups is kind of the goal, what you want to have. It's like kind of how you can dream for your future and actually also having it. So it seems like you have been experiencing some kind of like enlightenment, like your life has become much lighter, and you have felt more support from your surrounding, and maybe finding that special someone or that house you wanted, or finding out what kind of line of work you want to do. Or it's really profound. It's very like Ten of Cups. It's like having the thing that you dream of, and it's water. So water is usually passion and emotion, things like this. Okay, so it looks very harmonious. The next card for you is Three of Swords. Always we need to have the broken heart. Okay, so Three of Swords is like when you finally are in that happy situation. We can't be there for long without starting to feel like uncomfortable or achy or something, or that the everyday life of things is starting to get boring or whatever. And Three of Swords is kind of the original wound. It doesn't bleed anymore. It's very dry, but it's still very important. It's more important maybe than all the other traumas that you have been through. The other traumas may be only a replica of your original wound. And Three of Swords is sometimes also more simple, like you are letting other people rule you because you have a very sweet heart. So you want to be nice towards people, so you are like yielding and being okay with things. But what I see with especially the Six of Wands is that you are getting more strong with this. So you might be on the brink of just solving this. Like, no, I no longer care. If they are stupid, I will be stupid. Or more like if they are not giving like as much as I do in this situation, I back off. So it's like you have strengthened your heart to not be overcome by people that's trying to use and abuse you. It's common in both relationship, family situations, work situation. You have a colleague at work that's always nice, and you think, well, they can do it. And now finally that nice colleague says, well, you can do it. I am preoccupied already with my own stuff. So that is when you are starting to take the swords out of your heart. But it can also be like a original wound that needs to heal, the first trauma that you need to check back on. It can really come up in those happy situations where you really feel like everything is okay. Something is like still itching, it's still kind of, it's like a shoe that doesn't fit. So you need to look into it. And every time when you feel this happy and a pain comes, just stay with it a little bit. You have the time. Just stay with it and focus on it a little bit, and just let it be getting a lot of attention. You can feel like how the feeling vibrates, and if it has if you can see, if you close your eyes, if you can see that it has a special shape or color or movement, so you can get more attention to it. You don't need to be like Sherlock Holmes with this, but just but give as much attention as you can. So try to follow the feeling in the body, try to feel it. Three of Swords can sometimes also be triangle relationships. And here we have a Five of Pentacles. So Five of Pentacles is like a feeling of being alone. It seems I have got this card in many positions, in the same position for many people right now. So I guess it's it might be something to do with the astrology of it all. Loneliness. So you have made a new start for yourself, but you feel lonely. You have been strong and firm and like my way or the highway, and it went really good, but you feel lonely instead. So sometimes that's the price you pay for taking a stand, and that's why we are not usually taking the stand. We don't want to push people away. We don't want to be lonely. But what I want from you is to not be with people that doesn't do like half of the work. They should want to do half of the work. Like you shouldn't be alone with working on the relationship, being alone with working on like the project on your workplace. You need to like give room for the other one to also be able to put in some energy into a project or a partnership or a family. So like over functioning and under functioning. When you overfunction, you need to take a step back, so the other one will be able to function. But it also is this, that you might have, because of your original wound, you might have looked for love and like understanding and compassion and in the wrong places. Because if you have learned that love and cooperation is feeling like in a certain way, but you have been given this maybe from parents or your first boy and girlfriend, or that weren't really love. Maybe it was like they didn't really listen to you. They didn't really give you the attention that you needed. They really didn't give you the love that you needed, the freedom, the responsibility, whatever. So when you think that you are in love, usually you feel the first wound. This is so common for many people. They seek up a person that exactly match a person that will be able to open their original wound. And it's kind of playing car accident over and over again until you are kind of healed. So you can't really trust your heart in this matter. If it feels like, oh, you fall so deeply and hastily in love with someone, and you know from your past experience that usually those persons are never really nice to you, then you can have those kind of wounds with your it's with your attachment, like to other people. It can be wounded. So when you meet a person, try to feel if the feeling is really love, or if it's aching pain in your heart, and want to get attention and want to be loved, and want to break through that wall and get attention and get the thing that you need. So try to create something else this time. Like, okay, you might have left a relationship, for some of you that might have been the truth. That's why you have the new beginning here. Relation situation, family situation, whatever, you can have left it, and now you feel lonely. And now it's maybe time to start creating something else than this. A new partnership for you, a new kind of gathering of people which you can rely on. And this time it's it's good if you can be really aware of what's happening when you are meeting a special someone, how you're feeling, and go to the bottom of things. Try to be really awake, like wide awake all the time. Don't fall asleep again. And here we have a Nine of Pentacles. So it seems like you're having this loneliness, and you try to fill it by your own like kind of attention on you, that you are granting yourself things that you want, things that you need, taking care of yourself, building a beautiful place for yourself, maintaining your inner garden, maybe meditating a lot, seeing too that you have it well, like in a material way. And it's kind of you that have done all these beautiful things on this card. It was like this, but you have made it like this. But it's still very lonely because you're alone with this. It's very, very individualistic. It's like no one to share this with. So Nine of Pentacles is a bit of a lonely card, but it's like the phase we need to go through to be like independent individuals. But many people stay like this, and they stay like this, and they are very lonely, and they think that the only person I can rely on is myself. It's no use for me to go out and connect with other people. I will only get lonely again. And usually this pattern that you have is because of an original wound with your attachment to others. So you will actually seek out the persons that are most likely to hurt you in the same way that the first persons did. And therefore you are thinking, it's hopeless for me. I can't meet with other people because they will only hurt me, they will only reject me, they will leave me, and I will be alone. So it's better I build this for myself. It's not it's not absolutely what I wanted, but it's going to make me feel like stable and in balance and okay, and I'm building my own little paradise here. So it's a step, but it's not the end mean. It's not what we want, like for a goal for you. Okay, and here we have an Emperor, really central in the reading. Emperor is it can be an Aries person, but an emperor are a person that could put up rules and boundaries for other people because they build castles, they have armies, they have power. So it indicates that this power that you have been using has been building like kind of an empire for you. Like you have now been able to put up boundaries for people. You now know where you end and other people begin. But an emperor can't be an emperor over a lonely kingdom. That's not an emperor. They need people. So you need to have people in your life. You need to have this connection, like people to take be responsible for, people that needs you, that makes your life like kind of meaningful. This is like a diploma for you, that's showing you that you have made this. You might have taken in your opposite energy, being more strong and firm and maybe relaxed, like in yourself, in your own authority, in your own respect for yourself. You can also have like a person in your life that you feel are really significant, that you might have learned this from, even though they might be the one that also caused you a lot of pain, because that's usually the case. The persons that teaches us the most are usually the persons that also hurt us the most. They are making us work for it. And this might be the person that you have taken in the opposite force from, like working on your male kind of skills. A man is an island, working from himself, being really strong, being in his own authority, following his own mind and things like this. So it's very male with this. And it's, you see, it's like a kind of an increasing energy here. It's Five of Pentacles, like feeling very lonely. Nine of Pentacles, building up like a kind of a paradise for yourself. And this is an emperor. And as I said, an emperor needs people. But it's like you are being more and more strong here and self-sufficient. But here you have a five again. A five is like, it's kind of those problems that you always bump into. And here's a Five of Cups. It comes underneath Ten of Cups. So it seems like you can have kind of ups and downs in your relationship. You see the beautiful rainbow has become a stone bridge. So that is kind of showing two things for me. Your dreams may have been like a bit stale, come to a, like, they weren't where you wanted them to be, but also that bridges have been made between people. So even if you are like in a on and off again relationship, or something is going very up and down, it seems like you at least have like kind of build this stone bridge between one another, and there's still two cups standing, so it's kind of that you still have this connection, and it won't go in this phase, it won't go away. It seems to be like an on and off again thing. And here you have a 9 of cups, so that's emphasizing this, what I said. 9 of cups, 10 of cups. So 9 of cups is kind of, you have the relationship you're supposed to have, but it's hard work, you know. You get everything you need from this. Also, insights about your broken heart, like how you are hurt from the beginning with your attachment to other people. So you see this this thing that's going on in your life. It's kind of like this, like sadness and broken heart, and happiness and happiness. So it's, you have learned something. You have learned to be more firm and put up boundaries and be your own authority and things like this, and that's really beautiful. But you have one thing left, and it's kind of healing this original wound. And it's not tricky. It's actually easy, but it requires a lot of time. You need to be with yourself a lot, and like feel your feelings a lot, and put a lot of attention to it. And also you need to start work with your subconscious, like being more open-minded to your dreams and like what the feelings is trying to communicate with you. And when we lived in kind of shamanistic cultures, this wasn't a problem, because in the morning when everyone ate breakfast around the fireplace, they spoke about their nightly dreams, and they got help from people in the village or from their family to interpret their dreams and say, okay, I think this means this for you. And if they had like nightmares or start to feel depressed or whatever, people were there, and they were able to interpret what was happening to that person. So, but now we are kind of in it alone, because we have become this individualistic people that we have lost a lot of our knowledge about those subconscious things. And unfortunately, the only way to heal this original wound is to go through the subconscious. So drumming sound can be good to wake up your emotion. If you feel a certain sound and it's kind of feeling yummy in your body, even if it's a terrible sound, it can still like vibrate with some of your body parts in a way that they can become healed. And also if you can put attention to the feelings in other ways, like maybe paint the feeling that you have, or try to envision it, and don't try to figure out so much where it came from, because it can be like from when you were 3, or from another lifetime, or from an insignificant little argument that you had 10 years ago. So don't try to figure it out so much, but listen to what the wound's trying to say anyway, like more in a listening kind of way, more than trying to figure out kind of way. Try to just take the message that come from this wound as it comes, without trying to interpret it really. It's more like downloading things to your hard drive. It's not for you to really understand what it's about. You can eventually, but it's like graduating from shamanistic school. So okay, we go to the future and see where we can get some advice for you to solve this on and off again lonely kind of thing, where you feel like hell is other people and it's hard to maintain contact and in the same time be like standing on your own 2 feet and having those boundaries, not little people like run all over you. So here we have a 3 of cups. So it's kind of indicating that speaking about the problem could be a good thing. Now you have 3 here and you have 3 here. So it's coming like it's vertical, and we have it through the Emperor here. So kind of speaking to a person, could the person that it concerns, or all the person that it concerns. And people are thinking, well, then we will get into an argument, and possibly, but this isn't the end of the world. We need to speak. It's like we are the only species here on Earth with an actual language as we have, like with this. Okay, whales have language as well, but not, we keep to this. We are human beings, and we have a language, and we are like kind of refusing to use it because it's going to cause so much problem. So it's kind of, we have this communication skill and we don't use it. So start using it in a friendly way, and start telling, like, this is how I feel. I feel angry, I feel sad, I feel hopeful. I want this for the future. Talk about the future. Try to see if you have the same goals on the workplace, in the family, in the relationship. Try to really dig deep into this. Three of Cups is like trying to understand each other. In a Trinity, it's like kind of a like really deep understanding, like the kind of thing that I talked about with the village, like how people interpret their dreams and so on. Like, get this kind of thing going in your life, like talking with people. Try to understand what they are going through, not just, hey, hello, how are you, fine, thank you. Really be there for your other persons, and see to that they are there for you, that you can talk about the things that really matter, instead of like the stock market or your kids' schooling or something. Try to be more deep and talk about things. And here you have an Eight of Cups. So Eight of Cups is again with this on and off again thing. Okay, you tell people how you feel, and you don't feel that you get the attention that you need, so you walk away again. And tsunami wave is coming here, you are facing the moon and the stars, so you're kind of trying to figure this out, and it's coming here in the horizon. It's a good thing. The tsunami wave is a good thing. It's a tsunami of information, stored memories about your past hurt, and when it hits you, it's kind of, you feeling very blue and feeling very sad, and like nothing has any meaning, and the life is over and things like that. So just be okay with it. Know that this is like kind of an energy that's coming through your life here. Eight of Wands, it's kind of hitting you, this tsunami wave of spiritual energy, but also your past hurt. It comes from both your soul and your source. So it can come like too frontal. So you can be, especially with the moon phases, the moon being so bright right now, if you get really depressed around the timing of the full moons and other astrological event, don't be alarmed. It's not so much about you as the kind of cleaning for the whole population. And you are doing the same thing too. And here it comes, like all the memories, that all the things that you have been through, all your traumas is coming, and it's time to deal with them. It's time to just be with them and take this time of feeling like depressed and that life is kind of shit. You need to do this. It's what you have been avoided when it happened, when all those hurt actually like happened. You avoided to feel the feelings. Maybe you were unable to, maybe you were a child, you couldn't control the environment, but now you can be like, okay, I feel this, I will go through this, and also I will tell my surrounding what's happening. Yes, I have a bad day, I will stay in bed today, thank you. And also being able to, like when you're not feeling this way, being able to kind of talk with people. You see that this Three of Cups, like how you connect with other people, is kind of surrounding with Five of Pentacles, utter loneliness, and ice. When ice melt, it becomes water, and especially in the spring it can come like much water, like taking things with them as they go down the rivers. And here you have kind of a tsunami, so it's something going on with your relationship. You have also Three of Swords, Three of Cups, so it's something with your relationships that's hurting, and it's kind of a ice breaking here. A Three of Swords is actually in Osho Zen Tarot, This is the Witch's Tarot. In Osho Zen Tarot, it's called isolation. So it's how we people have been isolating ourselves from ourselves. You can search it on Google, isolation, Osho Zen. And read about it, because it's really profound. It's a very beautiful text about isolation, about Three of Swords, like how we humans have been like very individualistic, and we are trying to survive on like exactly what you are doing here, and we are trying to like put our heart in the deep freeze and don't feel a thing. And now this didn't work, so now the first tears, like the first feeling of you feeling really abandoned, is going to make this a flood of that was once ice coming, okay, and you need to deal with it. And here you have a Seven of Pentacles, so it seems like this with lacking of the people that you now have this you now have this skill to put up boundaries and follow your instinct and be like telling people what you really feel, and no, I don't want this, I want this, and no, you can't talk to me like that. And so you have got these boundaries, but you don't have any people. So that's the problem. You don't have any deep contacts. So it's this contradiction that's actually awakening this kind of feeling of utterly loneliness. So you have done a really good work. You have put up boundaries to yourself. You're much stronger. You have been much more self-sufficient. You can take care of yourself, but now you're missing other people, like your kind of people, the kind of people that you can feel safe with and you can be open with and you can have a real true contact with. So we'll see. It seems Seven of Pentacles is a time of waiting, where what I'm supposed to say. And here we have the Hangman. That's kind of sacrifice of time. So it doesn't seem like it's going to solve like anytime soon. And I think, like Virgo, you are not alone in this. I think many people feel very lonely in the society that we have created. We have learned to be very self-sufficient and don't need anyone else. We put our old parents at home and our children go to school, and we ourselves go to our work. No one is supported by anyone else, kind of. And so we have a bit of awkwardness between people. It's not like we need each other in a practical way, but in an emotional way, we need each other very much. And it's kind of you're waiting for this that was in the brink of being created, and you have some kind of on and off again thing going on, and here it's off again, and it's like a long waiting period. And you see the Hangman, he's hanging from a tree. It's a very symbolic thing. It's many legends and tales about this, and myths and dramas from Greece and from all the cultures. And also we have the Christian symbol of Christ hanging. So it's kind of a initiation thing, like before you will level up in vibration, you need to sacrifice something. For Jesus, it was his own life. For Odin, that it's pictured here, it was like 9 days hanging like this without food and water. And then he became familiar with the runes. You have the runes here on the, see if you can see it. It's what I said about people, you have the skill to talk, use it. And this was how Odin got the Nordic people the skill to write with letters. This is letters, if you can see. Letters that's really like, they have not so much round shapes. They are more like very edgy kind of letters. Oh, stupid camera. But so it was for writing in stone and in tree, in wood. Okay, in wood, and so it's very edgy. Stupid camera. Now it doesn't want to. You can see maybe if you really check hard. They were very edgy, and before that the Nordic people didn't have this skill to write. And there was a time when humans didn't have the skill to talk either. So it's like we are learning things when we are going through this kind of the hangman situation, this kind of thing that you are going through now, where you feeling that your life is not fulfilled and you feel lonely and the things that you want doesn't come to you. It's kind of this hangman situation. It's like you are waiting for something to be downloaded into your system, and it's indicated by this. It could be a new way of communicating. We got a talk, we get a letters. What we will get next, I think we will get some kind of like more telepathic kind of ability, and maybe through your emotions. So it's like you need time to calibrate your emotions and get to know them and feel them, and try to understand like the language of love and the language of your feelings, because this is going to be like the humanity's next superpower. We are not only going to be able to talk and write, we are going to be able to feel what is going to happen, or what is the other people are thinking, or so it's going to help us a lot with our communication, and increase our communication and our contact between people, because a lot of misunderstandings will be, of course, be gone. But for now, it's not an easy thing that you will go through here in the future. It's very depressing and very lonely, and you can feel like your life has no meaning. But it's for a period. If you just can stay with that feeling and be with it, and try to not enhance it or put more fire to the already burning misery. Just feel it, accept it, not resist it, not enhance it, not make sad stories out of it. Try to just be with it, and you will heal. You will heal, and you will probably, yes, this is the King of Cups. This is the card for healing. Also in Osho Zen Tarot. I haven't used Osho Zen Tarot for maybe 10 years, but I did for a long period of time. I interpret all my dreams with that deck and many others, and it's really a profound, deep way to understand tarot cards. So it can be a good deck for you to buy. And in that deck, the King of Cups is healing. It's a whole person. So when you can take the information of your emotions and just take them as information and be like in yourself, you have built this beautiful inner paradise for yourself. If you can be in that inner paradise and feel like being friend with your inside, whatever comes, whatever goes from your inside, it will be okay. No resistance. It's you finding home inside your heart, inside your body, inside your center. So you are going to be like a commando central for your all things what happening, like your relationship with other people, the feelings that's coming, the information from your soul, and you're just taking this information. People come and say something to you, you got a feeling about it, you get some insight from it, and you will know, you will have profound knowing from maybe 3 or more sides of a thing. So you will be much more complete person, and it's not for you to kind of protect yourself in a way that's you know, with armor and fencing and walls. It's more like more information. You will have a lot of more information, and whatever happens on the outside, it doesn't really matter, because you will be king over your inside, and you will be not master it or trying to suppress it or resist it. That will only cause more pain. But to actually be with it and just take the information, you know, energy, like feeling vibration is just kind of an energy. So when you get really scared, that energy is very hasty. It's like a flash through your body, and it can be scary, but it's just information. Watch out. So it's, people are going around being afraid of being afraid, but being afraid isn't it isn't a bad thing. It's just information that you have like found something to be scared about. So we are fearing our feelings, but our feelings is really a more profound way of communicating with ourselves, with our bodies, with our biofeedback system, with people in our surrounding. with what's going to happen tomorrow. If you wake up and you know that it's going to be a shitty day or a beautiful day or whatever, you have some information that you have that have come through the night, through your subconscious, through your feelings. Okay, so it will be a dark night for the soul here, especially when it comes to relationship. But you're going to come out of it whole and having a much more clearer communication with both yourself and other people. And you will probably heal this original wound as well. So it's a good thing. But it will feel like hell, like the life is over and that you have lost everything and nothing is worth living for. And because it comes as a tsunami wave, all the feelings that you have been feeling, that you have tried to not feel, will come. So just take it as, okay, information. You don't need to, just give it attention. Don't fall into misery. Okay, so some guidance to my dear Virgos about this. Yeah, okay. So you're going to be totally, utterly changed again. You have already went through one metamorphosis and become this butterfly. And now you are going to go through a second one, like kind of dance on the ruins. And this is the bird phoenix rising from the ashes and surrender to change. So joyful activities, celebration of life, abundance. They want you to kind of feeling okay with whatever happens. This is ruins, and this beautiful creature is still dancing on those ruins. So this is kind of how you create things. You know what I said about your thoughts becoming the house you live in. If you only think about the ruins, there will be more ruins. If you think about like being joyful about what you are longing for, what you really want, if you are joyful with that, not feeling like it will never come, then it's like, okay, your wish is my command, it will never come. But if you think, like, try to feel into how it would feel when it actually do come. Try to feel that, or try to take some happy memories and rejoice over that, whatever will like work for you. So you not only will think about the ruins, but also what can be built like on those ruins. So this is how you create something. You dream about it and then you dance in joy as if it was already there. It's the law of attraction. And here you have another thing, and this is kind of how things get ruined through the phoenix, the resurrection, the surrender to change. So things are going to happen. It's going to leave you utterly changed, but in a good way. It's going to change you like in a profound way. You are going to like mature, be a totally new person, be enlightened. Enlightenment is only like being awake, you know, not being in thought land. Not being the thinker, but being the one that watches the thinker, being the one that watches the feeling and feel the feeling. That's the wicked one. So enlightenment isn't a hard thing. It's just like you need to be awake. You need to not be focused in, you know, when you have drove to work or you have walked down a street and you don't know how you got from A to B. That's when you're really deep asleep, up in your head, daydreaming, letting your mind just run. So that's being asleep. It's kind of the night sleep, but it's more like a thought sleep. And if you can like wake yourself up from that and be able to feel your feelings, smell the smells, smell the roses, taste the taste of your food, picking up the dishwasher one fork at a time, feeling the steel underneath your hand and the glass, and like being alive instead of being dead robot doing things like mechanically. That's the difference between being enlightened and being in a dream state. So this person is actually about to waken up through a lot of hardship like this. Resurrection, surrender to change. So there's going to be another like kind of forest fire thingy for you. Through the first forest fire thingy, you learned how to be strong, how to put up boundaries, how to be more like aligned with yourself, to know yourself better, to be in your own authority. And this one time you're going to learn about your feelings. So this is the next step. And as I've said before, Virgos, you are kind of doing this in the front row. So how you make it will be also how other people will make it. It will spread like wings on water. So it's important. It's not only for you. It's for your children. It's for your parents. It's for your ancestors that have gone before you. It's for every person in the world. It will spread like wings on water. When you are making it, other people are making it. And when the 100 monkey had made it, people in all over the world will make it. So it's kind of that. Okay. Oh. So, yes, okay, you need to go back to some ancient knowing that you have had in previous lifetimes. Medicine man and woman, it was the shamanistic kind of thing I talked with you about. So, you need to dig deep into your old knowledge and dust some things off because you are going to need it in this process. Egypt is also a triangle. This pyramids is triangle. Triangle is about the soul. And here is a round shape that is the divine feminine. So it's something with the soul and the divine feminine that's need to be like reawakened and looked at and invited back into your life. So seeing the soul in all things, like even your car has a soul. I guess many people know that without like actually knowing that. They are naming their car sometimes. And trees have a soul, grass have soul, your dog has a soul. Everything is alive, even stones and like things we think of as dead. But everything has a soul, everything has a vibration. And it's just vibrating on different levels. But it's kind of starting to see like the more dimension to life than just like the thing that is in your logic awakened state. Like, yes, I have a work, I have a family. There's more to it. It's like more deep. You need to have more like deep connection, deep understanding. Go more deeply into your relationship. Start to share what you really know. Like I can hear people speak to one another and they say, you're the only one I can speak to about this because everyone else will think I'm crazy. So that's how we are hiding and nobody knows what the other person is really thinking and really feeling. So we are more alike than we think, I would say. Okay, take really good care. And I need to say also that I'm very thankful for all of you watching, liking and subscribing to my videos, and for all the wonderful, beautiful comments that make me feel really hopeful for humanity. As you are working really hard with yourself, trying the best effort you can to make yourself like grow in like persons and be more wise for every day that you live on earth. It's very beautiful and it's very hopeful. So take really good care, and I hope to see you again in the middle of November. So bye bye.